Alright, so you want to drag around your commando as a DPS spot. I'm at the Dark Jedi Temple Cave right now. This is, when this came out, this is where I farmed power crystals to get a 1332 DPS lightsaber for each element on my Jedi. And I brought a commando, an officer, and a Jedi down here, and I was here for hours farming. And that's when I made the DPS spot macro for the commando. It's pretty straightforward. Actually, no, it's not. It's a lot of fucking macros. So go into the description, pause the video right now, go in the description, copy and paste all of them, use the same titles for the macros, and pick your icons, get those all loaded. Once you have all that done, there's only two that you need a hotkey that do the rest of the work for you. And one is for if you want an AFK bot to credit farm or do whatever, grind up a pet, grind up an alt. There's one that you'll want a secondary toolbar, and it has to have that same setup for it to work. Just put all those abilities in the same one. I'll even link to expertise that I'm using. So have one toolbar with all just the level 1 attacks. That's for when you're solo and you don't have GA pumping action into you. When you are grouped, your main toolbar will have all your maxed out abilities. Focus Beam 6, Focus Fire 8, the level 2 and the level 3 grenade attacks, plasma mines. But yeah, set up your toolbar just like this. The third toolbar, actually, yeah, have recalibrate that first spot. That's where I always put recalibrate, and then I do fire that in the macros. So the two that you're going to hotkey is Trigger Mando ASS. ASS stands for assist. So when you're in a group, you'll fire Trigger Mando ASS. I hotkeyed that to Control Shift 1 or Shift Control 1. Trigger Mando TAR is for when you're solo. It'll run a target macro. That way, you know, it'll just pull stuff around. Hit Control Shift S so the screen rotates around. Park it on Jantas, Night Sisters, whatever you want to farm. And I hotkeyed that to Control Shift 2. But we're assisting. We have a GA in the group, so we're going to do our full power attacks. And let's just get this fired up. Let's get right into it. Boom. Yep. Alright, so we got the commando going. EO is who we're going to be maining on. Now, if you really wanted to go 110%, if you have a laptop with the game installed as well, or you have two laptops, PC laptop, whatever two computer combo you have, run your commando on your second computer and toggle his auto attacks. And that'll take your DPS up to the next level. But let's get the officer going. We're going to have to run the assist macro manually on him. And they're both assisting EO. Oh, not who I want to be on. And let's make sure he's all buffed up. Does he have pups running? He does. And let's get a nice, fat, juicy pull. If you're first starting out, I wouldn't recommend doing more than like 3 or 4. Get your Saber Reflect up, pop a couple AoEs on them, lock in a little bit of aggro before you drag them up. Because the commando, you know, he's doing constant AoEs, so he will light shit up. While we're on our Jedi, we'll just be tabbing through, making sure that EO keeps the aggro. That actually wasn't too big of a pull, you know. What do I have? Looks like 4. And I have Misdirect Anger Ring on EO that also helps me with holding the aggro down too. But yeah, this is a little bit of a smaller pull. We'll get the elites down first, then we'll focus on the boss. But now that we are on the boss, We'll go ahead and tab over to Binge and Jerk Face and hit their auto attacks. Really no point in doing that until you're on the last guy. And these boss ones down here, they take a while to chip away. So let's see how big of a 10 stack my good old Commando will build up on these guys. And while I have Reflect up, Jedi will hold aggro pretty well. Once that Reflect goes down though, you can get a bit squiffy. Yep, looks like, yep. Binge pulled one. Yeah, he's got a 7 stack, 8 stack. There we go. That's a decent pull right there. And again, try and target the elites first if you're down here. They go down pretty quick, and they all seem to hit it roughly as hard, which is the weird part. And whenever you see the officer starting to take damage, or the Commando I should say in this case, pop your Enrage on him. Oh, it looks like Jerkface is going through a bit of a dry spell. But yeah, see, the Commando's got a full 10 stack up. And as you can see, yeah, he's using every last drop of his action. Oh yeah, looks like a few buffs were out on that guy. But yeah, guys, that's it. Pretty not straightforward at all. That's a lot of macros you got to copy and paste. But you know, you set up your 2 trigger macros once you get everything else down. You copy the exact same toolbar setup, and you should have absolutely 0 issues.